What's up? Welcome into today's edition of Breaking Booms, otherwise known as breaking news around here. I like breaking booms better. It's more fun to say. Say it with me. Breaking booms. All right. Shortly after I recorded this morning's show yesterday, Tywone Malone, the 6'4", 300-pound defensive tackle in the portal, committed to the Buckeyes. Out of the portal. So this portal is amazing. You could be in Mississippi, hop into this portal, and suddenly you're in Columbus. Amazing. They've done it twice. Two guys have done it. And apparently you can hop in the portal in Columbus and wind up in a cornfield in Iowa. Who knew? I had no freaking idea. Or wind up in Auburn via Columbus. This portal thing, man, it's trippy. All right, seriously, though, let's talk about Tywone Malone, the big dog. Like I said, 6'4", 300-pound defensive tackle from Jersey, but transferring from Ole Miss. Buckeyes were always one of his front runners coming out of high school, but he wanted to play baseball and football. And I think we see that not playing football year-round or not having your winter conditioning does affect your ability to perform on the football field. So baseball, I think, detracted from his off-season training for football. So in 2 seasons, he just has 13 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 pass deflections. I think splitting time between the two sports hurt his development, honestly. But so now he's football only, 100%, no issues there. And that's the only reason the Buckeyes would take him. And they're not giving him no promises are made. No starting positions are handed out. Tywone knows he has to come here and earn a job. He's probably just going to be a depth piece like he was at Ole Miss his first year. So, but we need that depth, right? We talked about it Sunday night in our position by position breakdown of our recruiting targets and commits for the 24 class. We were one short in the D tackle room. So now we got that shored up to the numbers that Ryan Day likes to have. So I think we're in good shape there, at least depth-wise. You got Mike Hall, Tyleek, Ty Hamilton. I think if you can kind of split all the starter reps between those 3 guys, and then you can have Tywone fill in, occasionally give guys a breather, things like that in the middle, then I think you're in good shape because let's say if you play 65, where's my calculator? Get out my calculator here. If you average 65 plays per game on defense, all right, that's average-ish, times 12 games. So that's 780 snaps approximately. So divide that by 3 D tackles. That's 260 per man. So some guys are going to be a little bit more, a little bit less. And you see how seamlessly I use that calculator right in the flow of the show. Jesus, this is child's play. This is veterans work here. Anyway, so if you can get 260 out of those 3 guys, Hall, Williams, and Ty Hamilton, I think you're in good shape. And then you're going to have to sprinkle in Tywone and maybe Hero Canoe a little bit, let him get his beak wet with a few snaps. Maybe those guys get like up to 100. So I think this puts the Buckeyes in real good shape. And look at this. I was taking a look at the entire transfer class for Ohio State. That's 8 guys, man. We have really addressed some areas of need. And you see it's all on defense, right? And tackle on offense. So you got Tywone Malone, Lorenzo Styles switching over to corner or safety. We're not sure yet. Igbinosun, corner, and a good one. Also from Jersey. Vic Cutler, the center. So we got 2 O-linemen. Got a depth piece at quarterback with Tristan Gebbia. And then you got Jahad Carter, another safety. And then John Furlman, the long snapper. Necessary person. I mean, we saw last year what it was like not having a reliable snapper. They missed a couple fake punts that could have changed games and changed the season, honestly. But so huge pickup for the Buckeyes with Tywone Malone, in my opinion. Again, you can't have too many good D tackles in your room. It's interesting that Miami obviously wasn't really. Maybe he was just going to Miami for a vacation this past weekend, and seemed like they weren't really in it because the Buckeyes were seemingly in it from the beginning. So, and this is also another example I want to point out. This is just an example of coaches not getting all butthurt when they lose out on a commit coming out of high school. So, not that Larry Johnson would do this, but we have seen it and heard of it where coaches, come down to the wire. They really want a kid. It's assistant coaches typically, not head coaches, but we've seen coaches, like basically just run down the kid or just talk shit about a kid because the kid didn't commit to his school, right? And this is a case with the transfer portal. You cannot do that. You have to stay in contact at least once a year, once every 6 months, whatever it might be. And you got to keep that relationship up because you never know when a guy like a Tywone Malone, who was a huge Buckeye lean, you never know when it might come back around and you might need that guy. This is a perfect example. And again, I know Larry Johnson would never talk negatively about a kid, but there are some coaches that are not on Ohio State staff that do that. So good example. Keep the relationship open, and I wish could I talk my wife into that? Probably not. Oh well. I took a left turn. But no, keep the relationship open, keep the communication there. And just in case you need a D tackle, 2 or 3 years later while the kid's still in school, boom, you got one. And you just at least kick the tires on him, if nothing else, and see if he's interested still. So great pickup by the Buckeyes. Tywone Malone, welcome into the fold. I would imagine that's got to be the last transfer for this cycle. So 8 dudes is kind of a lot, it sounds like, but they seem like good pieces and necessary pieces. So that's all I got for you today. Keep it locked in here. Hit subscribe. The live show is coming. I'm aiming for a Thursday or Friday afternoon, and I think I'm going to call it the Buckeye Rush Hour. What do you think of that? Buckeye Rush Hour. But it's not going to be an hour. It's going to be like 30 minutes. Buckeye Rush Half Hour. I'll keep kicking that around. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Go Bucks.